Have you ever wrestled with God? I'm not talking about a feeling you had or a prayer you prayed. I mean, have you ever really fought with God like Jacob in today's passage? Genesis 32:22-30. Jacob wrestled all night with a mysterious man. As dawn approached, the man touched his hip and dislocated it, yet Jacob refused to let go. I won't release you until you bless me. The man then said, What is your name? When he replied Jacob, the man said, Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel. It's for you have wrestled with God and with men, and you have overcome. Then he touched Jacob's hip socket and put it back in place. And when he did, Israel became limping. And he said, Give me a blessing, O God, for I am not worthy of all the blessings that you have bestowed on me. For I have nothing, yet you have given me this blessing. So what do we learn from this passage? Let's see. Point no. 1. Wrestling with God is possible. Jacob didn't fight an angel, he fought God himself. This proves that God allows us to come boldly to him and wrestle with him. In fact, he desires it. Why? Because wrestling with God produces spiritual growth. Think about it. When Jacob began his journey, he was a deceiver. But after wrestling with God, he became a blessed overcomer. Point number 2, wrestling with God may cause pain. Jacob's hip was dislocated and he could have easily said, Okay, God, I give up. But he pressed on. Sometimes wrestling with God means pressing through pain, through physical, emotional, or even spiritual pain. Point no. 3. Wrestling with God always results in a blessing. Notice that Jacob didn't get anything when he first started wrestling, but he ended up with a blessing, and so will you. So don't give up. Keep on wrestling until you receive the blessing that you are seeking. Now, some of you may be saying, But Pastor, how do I receive this blessing? How do I receive God's blessing? Well, there are 3 steps. The first one is to acknowledge God's presence. In verse 24, Jacob called out to God, God is really here. That's the first step. Acknowledge his presence in your life. Step no. 2 is to express your need to God. Notice that Jacob didn't just wrestle with God. He also said, God, I want a blessing. That's step no. 2, express your need. Step no. 3 is to persevere in prayer until you get an answer. Jacob wrestled all night long. He didn't give up, and neither should you. So my question to you is, are you going to give up? Or are you going to keep on wrestling? Are you going to keep on praying? Don't give up. God wants to bless you.